All right, we should be live. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hopefully we don't have audio issues this week. I moved the receiver kind of far away so that I don't accidentally touch it. I think I just have something is sensitive in either my USB hub or like one of the USB cables. That's why the mic audio keeps cutting out randomly. Because I think every time I accidentally bump it when using my mouse. So I moved it. So hopefully this week we don't have any problems. But if we do, let me know in the chat ASAP like you guys have been doing. I appreciate that. But first in the house, in the chat, we have Craig Lilly. What up? Hello, Stang 2007. How you doing? How's the fam? How's the little one? We just put the twins down to hopefully take a nap throughout the whole stream. But if they've been cranky lately, and we don't have help tonight. So my mother-in-law usually comes over and stays Tuesday because she works close to our house, so it's a closer drive for her. And then she comes home from work to our place on Wednesday to help out after or during the stream. And also my sister-in-law usually comes over on Wednesday as well to help with the twins while I'm streaming. But she is out of state right now, so both of the backup is not here. So it's just me and Melissa, and if the twins go crazy, I'm gonna have to grab one of them at least and help Melissa out. But I'm hoping they stay down for at least 2 hours for their nap. We'll see. But hope you're doing well, Stang. What up, Dispatcher Gaming? What up, Hazard Me? What up, KL130? We got Reluctant Hero in the house. Simon Lee, can't wait for this 5070 Ti Super. Didn't I call it? Remember that YouTube short I made about the 5070 Ti? And I wasn't even praising the 5070 Ti at the time. Let me see if I can find it. I made that YouTube short saying... Because when the 5070 Ti came out, everybody was crapping on it. Like all the reviewers and all that stuff. Where is it? 5070 Ti... Oh, right here. The 5070 Ti equals garbage, question mark, question mark. And it turned out being, I didn't say it was garbage. I said people are weird for saying it's garbage when it, price to performance, performed very similar to the 9070 XT, which everyone was praising. But it turned out the 5070 Ti became available at MSRP way sooner than the 9070 XT was, and now it's considered a pretty good buy. Like, you can find it at $750 pretty easily, and it's an easy recommendation, especially since the 9070 XT is still closer to $700. But yeah, so I think the 5070 Ti Super, just based on how the Super Series has kind of been going for the last few generations, I think it's going to be a good buy. But unfortunately, and we'll talk about the rumors in a second, but unfortunately, I think it's going to release at a pretty good price, and it's going to have inventory issues for like at least the first month or two because it's going to be such good value. That's my prediction, but we'll see. We're going to have to wait a while anyways, because as we talk about the rumor, that's not coming until Q1, Q2, supposedly. What up, Ant-Man? We got giant robots. Hello, hello. Knee sweat. We're talking about like the back of the knee. Like back here. Opposite of the kneecap. Knee sweat. Play Need More Mana at the next LAN party. It can be played on Tabletop Simulator. Need More Mana to keep it relevant to the LAN. Need More Mana. What is this? Need more mana? Not enough mana? Not enough mana. What is this board game? Oh, so it's like a tabletop card / board game. Ooh, I like these pieces. I'm a sucker for like translucent, shiny pieces of plastic for some reason. Ever since I was a kid. So when there are board games and stuff that has like clear gem-like pieces, I always like think it's really cool. It's on Tabletop Simulator. Okay. Actually, I'm curious. Not enough mana. I'm gonna ask the land crew right now. Uh, pa, 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 pa. But thanks for the recommendation. I'll check it out. Anyone knows if what up, Ant-Man? Anyone know if I can use a 1660 Ti and 1070? What architectures were those? 1660 Ti. So there are ways to SLI cards that don't have the SLI link thing, and different cards if they're similar enough architecture. There's a way to do it. I forgot what the program was called. Different SLI or something along the lines of that. But I don't know if you can mix Pascal and Turing. You'd have to look at it. But I could have sworn I've seen videos in the past of people SLIing Nvidia and AMD graphics cards. I don't know to the extent of how successful it is. I think there's a way to do it, but whether it's worth it or not, from everything that I remember, it seems like it's just an experimental type of thing just to do to like tinker around, but it's never worth doing. I've never been interested in SLIing just because the cost of two graphics cards is usually not worth it compared to just buying a single graphics card, especially when it comes to like compatibility issues and kind of like janky performance. Like the SLI could be good in some games but not others. Like I would rather get one single graphics card where you don't have to tinker around and you get consistent performance across the board instead of kind of relying on luck whether or not the mixing SLIing is going to be successful in one title versus another. But yeah, I haven't really played around with it. I guess maybe I could do that in a future video. And I would do it with like budget graphics cards because it makes no sense to try to do it with like modern, expensive graphics cards. But most of these are like sub $100 now. I have the 1070 on hand. I think I would probably have to do it with like a 1650 Super or something. I don't have a 1660 Ti. But I can't answer your question, Ant-Man, unfortunately. Off the top of my head, I don't know. But are you just trying to do it for fun, or are you trying to like seriously get performance out of it? Because also, like power supply wise, right? These two cards shouldn't be too bad, but if you're trying to do it with like more power hungry cards that require more PCIe connectors, I think like a lot of modern power supplies on like the more affordable end and like kind of like mid or a C tier ish, they only come with, I've noticed these days, like two PCIe connectors for like a 650 watt. You have to get higher capacity ones for like 3 to 4. So just getting the connectors for SLIing could be kind of like not worth it when it comes to bang for buck value. But yeah. I have a question. Is it better to buy a PC or to rent one? I mean, everyone, I think, universally agrees buying a PC because then you will own it outright. Whereas renting one, after you have to return it, you kind of, all that money's kind of flushed down. But then people lease cars all the time. It depends on your financial situation, but I think the people who want to rent, there are use cases for renting a PC. One of them is if you're traveling or doing something temporarily and you just need the PC for like a month or two. The cost of that is going to be what, $200-300? I think is what, who rents PCs aside from NZXT? But I think it would be around $200 to $300 to rent the PC for like 2 months. Let's say you're traveling abroad or like to a different state to visit family or something, and you don't want to haul your PC around and risk damaging it, but you still want a game. So it's a very like specific use case. Or if you don't have enough money, but if you don't have enough money, renting a PC, eventually you have to return it, and you would have spent hundreds of dollars and at the end of the day not own anything. So in my eyes, it's better to just wait and save the money and just like not have a gaming PC for however long it takes you to, save up. But yeah, I think there's very few reasons to rent a PC at the prices that it costs. What up, Indecline06? Family one are doing good. We have a checkup for the little one tomorrow. Nice. That's a 3, I guess, because we just had our 4-month checkup, and yours is like a month younger. So is that your 3-month, or is that like an early 4-month checkup? We didn't. Ours was intervals was 1 month, 2 month, 4 month, and then 6 month is our next one. Citrus said, "Love the new video." Thanks, Citrus. I am glad I finally did it, because as you guys know, we were talking about server stuff and like NAS stuff back in April and May, and I picked up those hard drives actually before the twins were born, but I got so busy that I wasn't able to put the server together while making a video. I probably could have put the server together, but because I wanted to document it and record everything and make a video, it just took forever. But it's finally out. The server's up and running. It's actually sitting right next to me. And yeah, right now I'm just using it for storage. Indecline says, "May you roast my build in Discord when you get a moment?" Yeah, did you put a, let me see. Did you put a new submission in the build update? Is it in the cloud? Oh, yep. You got it right here. 6 days ago. Yes, we can take a look at it and I can roast it. Remind me. I'll do it after we talk about the main news portion today. Dong too long. Not gonna lie, Danny, when you say my username and chuckle, it makes my week. Yes. Dong too long. Hopefully I just made your week again, because I love saying your name. It's funny because obviously it's a play on words of like an Asian name that just happens to be pretty funny in English. But I think the first time I read your name, I didn't realize what it was saying, and I just read it as is. And this was a while ago. But now every time I see it, I just love reading it. So hope I made your week, Dong too long. What up, Robert? Fix it. Super TI Extreme Platinum Edition. Not exactly EVGA with their stuff. Or not EVGA, Nvidia with their stuff. I wish there was an EVGA Extreme Platinum Edition. At least we'll know. Yeah, it should be under 1,000. Okay, I need to take a look at. Actually, no, we will wait. Price wise, we can look at the pricing trend in the past to see what we could hopefully expect the 5070 Ti Super to be. I think both the 5070 Ti Super and 5070 Super, because of that VRAM upgrade, people are going to be pretty interested in it. What up, Louis Woo? Bro, it's mention didn't work. Which mention? Oh, yeah. I think mentions doesn't work if you're on mobile. I'm pretty sure my mentions when I'm watching or trying to chat. Let me see. I will go and say something to this stream chat right now in on my phone. Let me go to my channel real quick. And okay, so I'm gonna say, so Citrus is here at Citrus. Yeah, see, so that doesn't work. But if I do it now from here, that one should work. So I think it's a mobile thing. I don't know, man. YouTube be stupid when it comes to the streaming side of things. They need to get their act together if they really want to compete with Twitch. They're both sleeping? All right, sweet. The girls are down. Yo, what up, Remu? $9070 is always the talk of the town. Go buy it. It's the best. Actually, we need to do a price check on it today as well. Hello, Mr. Amnesia 69. Nice. What up, Tech Blacksmith? Chase Pickrell says, isn't the 5070 the only card that will increase in CUDA cores with the super refresh? I don't think people, I don't recall what the rumored, or if the rumored specs has changed, but I think the article that I'm going to pull up will have it. But even then, I think people will care more about the VRAM, especially if the price isn't going to increase, or if it does increase, but like marginally. Like for $50 more, for $50 more, going from like 16 gigs to 24 gigs. I think people will happily pay that. So even if there isn't a CUDA performance increase, I think people would be happy with it. Do I watch Tulsa King? I have seen, I think just like 1 or 2 episodes of Tulsa King. I'm a fan of like, you know, those 70s and 80s action stars like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and stuff like that, because they were, you know, when I was growing up as a kid, they were the huge action heroes. Nowadays, because Sylvester's old as hell, like I was interested in watching it, but it has kind of like a slow start. So I watched a couple episodes, then I got distracted with some other show. Which show did I get distracted with? I think the one with Jeremy Renner. Mayor of Kingstown. So I think I just ended up watching that one instead. But I need to go back and watch Tulsa King again, because the first couple episodes wasn't bad. There's just too many things to watch across all the streaming platforms. What up, Chris? Chris, who is back from the epic LAN party this past weekend at the Whale LAN, hosted by Linus himself. Notice how everyone talks about SLI and never Crossfire, AMD. Yeah, it's kind of like Kleenex. How like the specific brand of something just becomes the word to explain the thing. Like everyone calls it Kleenex, but Kleenex is the brand. What we're talking about is like tissue paper for blowing your nose. But regardless of what brand it is, people are gonna call it Kleenex. And regardless of, you know, combining performance of multiple graphics cards, people know it as SLI. Danny, do you drink soda? Yes, I actually love soda. It's not good for you, but I like drinking soda. How's the Sapphire motherboard? I mean, I haven't used it past what's it called? Past the other stream. I'll use it in a build eventually, but I have a different motherboard for an upcoming build. I have parts next to me alongside that 9070 XT. But yeah, I've got parts for a build coming up, which is why there's a case in the background. But yeah, I found a good open box deal for a B850 plus Wi-Fi Asus Tough board. So I'm gonna be using the Sapphire board in I don't know which build yet, but I already had this planned. Like I already bought this one before we got the Sapphire board. Plus this one was open box, so being a B850 board, it ended up being cheaper because Amazon open box deals is crazy good. But yeah, the case that I'm curious, can anyone tell what case that is behind me? So I have a PC case right there, which is what all these parts that are sitting right here are going to go into. But yeah, this video won't be out till next week though, because I still got to build it, benchmark it, record, all that stuff. How's the NAS? It is doing good. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going through and trying to find duplicates, as well as triple checking my work. Before I wipe the data from my previous drives, I'm triple checking like all the most important directories, making sure I did copy everything over before I wipe like my Synology NAS, as well as wipe the Western Digital external drive. So then I could use that to make a second media copy version for my 3-2-1 backup rule. I'm not going to have the one because I don't have offsite set up yet. I don't know where I'm going to do that. Maybe my brother's house, but yeah. Rent a PC and declare bankruptcy. Yeah, I mean, I think there are bigger purchases that you should probably do. Do that strategy for. I don't know if a $1,000 or $2,000 PC is to play for that. We haven't talked about that yet. That's part of the news, and we're 20 minutes in the stream. So, okay, let me get caught up in all the chat real quick. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Yo, what up, Pedro? What's up, Evotech? What did you use the 9070 for? It's gonna go into that build. Okay. I saw that in your video, Chris. The PVC pipe PC build, that was pretty funny. They just had a big one where they cut out slots for all the parts in. Yeah, yeah. P Diddy always bringing up freak off stuff. Loke Dog 218. Hey Danny, I lock in for all the land bears, but I'm newer to PC gaming. I got a PC a few years ago and have a 3050 OEM and an i5. What do I need to have the latest budget build? Well, I don't know what i5 you have, but um 3050 OEM and i5. I mean, latest budget build. It's kind of hard to say, but I like. Would you guys consider the 9060 XT 16 gig a good card for budget builds? It depends on what your budget is, right? To fit a 9060 XT into a modern build, you're gonna need like 900 to 800 bucks, unless you're buying like a lot of used stuff. But I don't like. What is the quintessential go-to goat of budget graphics cards right now? If I had to pick something off the top of my head, I'm thinking 6700 XT or 5700 XT still presents really good value right now. If you get a 5700 XT, those are going for what, like 130, 140? And 6700 XTs are still like 220 or something. But those are two pretty good cards for budget builds now. But yeah, I don't know if I would consider a 9060 XT because it's approaching almost 400 bucks after tax. But it just depends on what you define it as. Oh, for 500 to 1,000 bucks, like a 7500F on the AM5 platform, a Ryzen 5 7500F, and then like 9060 XT. That's just like boom, GOAT combo for under $1,000 budget build. Yeah, the VRAM obsession thing is kind of weird. I don't get why people would. I've seen people say they would take a 3060 12 gig over a 3070, which blows my mind. Yeah, I like this combo too. If you are on a tighter budget, I think the 6600 XT, 6650 XT with a 5600 or 5600X on the AM4 is also still pretty relevant. I like, when you go under a certain price, like under 700 bucks, it's too hard to fit AM5 in. And I think AM4 is still going to be around for a long time. Bosun says, have I explored any new Dockers for my home lab? Not yet. Someone was saying to get Pi-hole, and it seems like that is mainly for like the VPN side of things or ad blocking. So I was going to look into that. I don't know how that works. Like, so every time I learn something new to do on the server, I always have like the most rudimentary basic questions but if you guys would love to explain it to me, I'm open ears. And if you have any Dockers you want to recommend to me, I'm also open ears. But the whole like for Pi-hole to use it to block ads, do I then need a something on like each of the systems that I on my network, like a program on the Windows side of things to run the ad blocker, I guess, function of Pi-hole from the server? Like to me in my brain, or does it do it from like, I guess, the network or router level? Like, is it just anything on the network now will have ads blocked for it? It's a DNS blocker that affects your entire network. So then you don't need anything on any of the, like on your phone, on like my main computer. Like if it's running on the server and you configure it, just anything on the network just now has all the ads blocked. Is that how it works? And also, is it like all ads, or do you have to individually like pick? I guess you wouldn't pick ads, but like, how easy is it really to set up? Because every time I look at stuff like that, especially on the more networking side of things, it seems like it's not intuitive where a beginner can just set it up without looking up tutorials and video how-to guides and things like that. You can port your router to the file as a DNS server. Okay. It's pretty easy. Go with AdGuard Home instead of Pi-hole. AdGuard Home. Okay, let me write this down. So AdGuard Plus. See, someone else in the comments of that video said to or recommended Pi-hole. So okay, AdGuard Plus. There are big block lists. Okay, so that's what I figured. So you have to import different block lists. So it's not going to block everything unless you get a bunch of different lists, I guess. And then does it ever overblock? Or do you have to go in and set exceptions ever? I guess not, right? Like, have you ever wanted to ever give an exception to any ad? Jellyfin, okay. I forget what Jellyfin is, but is that the alternative to Plex? Because Plex now charges money or something? Like, I'm slowly... Let me see. Jellyfin. That sounds familiar. Software media system. Okay, yeah, I think that's the alternative that people have moved away from Plex to, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm interested in running Plex / Jellyfin or whatever alternatives out there because I don't have media to like stream. Unless I'm trying to stream my own like B-roll footage or something because I don't download TV shows and movies and things like that. Okay, so I will look into the ad blocking stuff. That would be interesting. So then, I guess like I'm so used to just running whatever plugins on Chrome or Mozilla, Firefox or whatever, like all like uBlock, Origin or AdBlock Plus, whatever. So like to me that's the easy solution to do. You need Home Assistant. A lot of people have been talking about home server stuff, Home Assistant, but so my question about that is, the only Home Assistant thing that we use, and I think like automated lights is what people use a lot, right? So I do all that on my phone already. I'm trying to think, why would I want to do that with my home server? Because on my phone, I feel like it's just way more convenient. I have like the Casa app and like Wise and stuff, and we set up automation for our home for like turning on and off the lights or just being able to access the lights, but we don't run like Google Home or Alexa for like verbal smart home like functions. Like we never like say Alexa turn off the light and stuff like that. Like I think we would. Well, one thing, Melissa feels weird about having a device listening to us all the time, even though our phones kind of already do that. But when people say home automation or Home Assistant, is that what they're talking about? Home Assistant basically does all of that in one place and more. Okay. I get like, again, because the server is still new to me and what it's capable of, I don't see the value right now. Maybe once I set it up, I'll see the value versus what we are already doing with our phones with like, again, like the Casa app and all that. Alexa, order a deep dish pizza with pep, pineapple, and jalapenos. Scratch the pineapples, but pep and jalapenos, yes. MeTube is a good docker for downloading YouTube videos and videos from other sites, if you know what I'm saying, lol. Does it work for anything? And no, I don't mean that. But I'm saying like, because I do find myself sometimes maybe going to websites to watch the latest anime episode that just dropped. But, those could be whatever, 123 anime or whatever random thing. Is it pretty good at identifying there's a video on the site and downloading it? Or are there some that or does it only have the ability to download from the most popular sites, if you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure YouTube, Vimeo, and stuff like that is on the list of easily downloadable stuff. But what about the ones that have you know, different mirrors and stuff like that. Sonar and radar. Okay, I've heard about those ones too. Yeah, see, there's so much to learn. Lol, he's a dad now. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I can only learn so much, or at least it's gonna take me a while to learn. The home assistant stuff, like, it works, but maybe I need to watch some videos to see some examples of it in use to see if I want to go down the rabbit hole and even spend time on it versus other things. I still use uBlock Origin, but Pi-hole blocks the telemetry on your phone and stuff too if it's set up with your router. Okay. Okay. A lot to learn, but all right, we're 30 minutes in. Let's talk about the hot news of the week. And then we can get back to talking to home server stuff if that's what people want to do. And then I got to look at Indecline's build and roast it because there was a specific request for a roast. But okay, so in the news as of the last couple of days, Overclock 3D, video cards, Tweaktown, WCC, F-Tech, Tech Power Up, Guru 3D, everybody's writing about this new Q1, Q2 release time frame, and I just pulled up Tech Power Up because I like them. But yeah, so this was just a couple of days ago. The new rumor based on this benchlife.info, which I've never gone to this website until today. It looks like it's a Chinese website. So I don't know what, like, in terms of their credibility. Where's the translate? Translate page, please. Where is, my goodness. Oh no, this is just their overall their homepage, but this is, everybody is marking this as a rumor, but this is the first next, at least I wouldn't even say it's a solidified rumor, but it is the next rumor that every tech news outlet is reporting on, which doesn't mean too much because they're all jumping on the same bandwagon of whoever first reported it. You know, it's the hot news of the week, so they're gonna do it too. But I mean, I think this is more realistic than the previous estimated release window for end of year, right? I don't remember exactly what I said when we first looked at the rumors that projected Q4 holiday season 2025 for the 50 series super cards being released, but I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines of that seems pretty aggressive, and I'm not too confident in that. So the new news on the street is that I love how you see how they're writing this very specifically. Nvidia could release the mid-cycle release towards the end of Q1, Q2, 2026, right? So here is what we were talking about, though, in terms of, do they have the CUDA core count? Okay, so it was just brought up in the chat earlier that was this 5070 card, rumored specs going to Super with the only one with an increase in CUDA cores, which it is. So for the 5070, you do actually get an increase in, supposedly, or what they're projecting, CUDA cores, tensor, and ray tracing cores, whereas everything else is straight across the board. With the 5070 Ti getting into its super variant, the only thing changing seems to be higher power draw and increase in memory. And then for 5080 to 5080 Super, it's memory speed, bandwidth, and then all the cores are the same. My thing about this is there were people. So the prices of the 50 series cards have come down. They've been down for at least a couple of months now, but a lot of people were told to wait because the Super Series cards were right around the corner. We just turned October 1st. We just passed into October 1st. If this is really going to come out anywhere between April or March to April, that's 5 to 6 months away. I think that's a long time to wait. for the people who already were waiting and held off on getting a normal non-super 50 series card, like I think the prices for 5070 and 5070 Ti's right now are like already pretty good. If you bought one right now, I don't think I would have too much buyer's remorse if 5 to 6 months later the supers came out, and if they're the same price or if they're like $50 more. I think enjoying the card 5 to 6 months ahead of time, if you need a card, right? If you already have a card that works, like a 3070 or something, sure, hold off. You can hold off for like a year probably. But people who are looking to build fresh or get like a new card because they're on like a freaking 1060, I'm still of the mindset of like just get a non-super card right now. Prices aren't that bad. Sonar and radar would be useless for me because I don't download TV and movies. But you guys trying to convert me to be a pirate? It's not piracy if you own it and you just want a digital copy, right? All the CPU chips as of last few years have subset OSs running. Wait. The 4070 Ti Super hit 70% on real-time green screen broadcasting. Pretty much is the bottom of the... Wait. Charts for streaming now. What error signal? What are you talking about? 5070 dual encoders and one decoder. All real time. But bottom of the charts for streaming. Which charts are you talking about? You talking about like? Also, where's this data from? Also, error signal. Are you Mike Brazone on a different account? Dropping random tidbits and facts. Are their stocks going to AI? Why would they bother about worrying about when they are going to bring it out? Are their stocks going to AI? Why would they bother about worrying about when they're going to bring it out? I don't understand that question. Everyone's about to get baited for some VRAM they will never use. I mean, I'm not gonna. I will never complain about free VRAM. I will complain if the free VRAM comes at a cost of $100 to $150 upcharge, which we've kind of seen with like the 4060 Ti 8 versus 16 gig versions, stuff like that. So we'll see what the prices are. I think the MSRP, which isn't a real thing these days, but I think the MSRP of these super cards are going to be very reasonable, at the same price as the non-super, or like 50 to $100 more. But that's the MSRP. The street price, because these things are going to be sold out, low inventory, they're going to be marked up from e-tailers most likely and scalped in the secondhand market or secondary markets, then it's not going to be worth it. But MSRP wise, I think they'll be reasonable. They're not going to be like a crazy good deal. Nvidia and AMD are not known to throw us crazy good deals even on MSRP. They'll be like in line with what's decent value. Yeah, prices have come down for 5070 Ti's. Yeah, I mean, let's do a price check real quick. So, because also, Kin was saying earlier, 9070 XT is the best. Just go for it. What are we looking at price-wise today? Last week we checked, it was, I think, open box. Oh, so close. And this is a white one, though. I'm okay with open box, personally. Actually, let's see. Start a poll. Would you ever buy an open box GPU from Newegg at Amazon for your personal rig? To save money. Yes, no. Easy yes or no poll. But I've been a big fan for years now of open box refurbished, you know, basically use stuff from official retailers like Newegg and Amazon. I would, if I was in the market to build a white PC, especially because, you know, assuming MSRP is $600, even though this is open box, yeah, I mean, you know, you still have your 30 days to test it, make sure it's problem free, which I feel pretty capable of doing, stress testing it pretty hard to make sure there's no issues. Only paying a $40 premium on top of it, considering the next, so this one's actually, so it's down to $650. This is, remember, a month or two ago, these were still like at $700. So the prices for 9070 XTs are pretty good now. So let me see this. Let me do a quick calculation. So Google. So we take 750 divided by 650. That's a 15% increase what you would be paying for the 5070 Ti. But if we look at 9070 XT on Tech Power Up, so we look at the performance difference between that and the 5070 Ti for 5%. I forgot what Hardware Unbox had it at. Let me take a look here and see if they had also around 5-ish%. And I'm going to look at 1440p. 5070 Ti versus 9070 XT. Yeah, so they had it also within, so 6% slower. So 5-6%. I would say for that, even though it costs 15% more for only 5% more raster performance, I would say the 5070 Ti could still be a good buy for people who are looking for it, specifically like CUDA, ray tracing, if they prefer DLSS over FSR, if they are streaming, and want NVENC. So both cards I think are pretty viable. I am glad to see 9070 XT prices drop to $950 though. So far, over 70% of people said they would buy open box. Yes, if you can physically check it first, but also yes, if they accept full refunds. I believe Newegg should. Do they say if it's free returns? I guess. Oh, what? Whoa, wait. Look at this. Can you guys? Oh, I gotta zoom in more for you guys. This item is not eligible for refund or replacement. If the item is received damaged or defective, please contact customer service for assistance. Okay, wait. So please carefully review for purchase. Please check all products, sizing, limited availability, final sale. Okay, so what this reads like is, what is this, Reddit? Why is there a Reddit button here? What does that do? Oh, okay. Copying, oh, to share on Reddit, like on Build a PC Sales. So this reads as, if there is a problem, then, like, if it's damaged or defective, then you should be able to get either a replacement or your money back. But this sounds like it's more of saying you just can't change your mind, right? Like, you can't have buyer's remorse and just want to return it for no reason because they'll probably test it. Though, okay. I don't want to say it, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to, if you do change your mind, right, to make it damaged or defective, I guess. Like, people will be able to do that if they want, I guess, and there's no way to stop them. But, yeah, I would buy this. That is a hard no for me on that deal. I'm okay with it, as long as, you know, they take care of you if it's defective or damaged. Because I think they must. There's no way they would sell you that and say no refund or replacement eligibility, and you're just screwed and get a DOA card. I think though you would in that 30 days, you would have to like stress test the crap out of it because it sounds like there is no warranty. Let me see, warranty or returns. For return, final sale, manufacturer contact. Oh, this item is covered by Neweggs final sale return policy. Let's take a look at this because I was not. So if it's under 50 pounds, which the card is, eligible items include free shipping labels to simplify the return. Okay, final sale. The item is not eligible for refund replacement. The product may be covered by manufacturer warranty, which can be obtained by contacting the respective manufacturer for assistance after purchase. May be covered. It better be covered. Replacement requests can be honored if your item... Okay, yeah. Replacement requests can be honored if your item arrived damaged or defective. Yeah. So I think you'll be taken care of. But that's only if you need the white card, right? Because as we saw, you can spend an extra $10. It won't be a white card, but you can get a brand new ASRock Challenger, which the Challenger is also the more basic model compared to the Steel Legend. So, but not a bad price at all. What up, Bertha Mac? Did I watch COD Next? Is this like Call of Duty? Or is this something else? What is COD Next? If COD Next is a Call of Duty, like, game, initial, yeah. Dude, I did not watch it because I am done with Call of Duty. I'm just so over them just releasing a game every single year, which I feel like, I don't know, is kind of a waste of money. That's because I don't enjoy playing them. But also, their whole Call of Duty menu is just so convoluted and stupid that I don't even benchmark it anymore. Like, which one did I grab? I don't buy every Call of Duty game, but I did buy, not the latest one. Modern Warfare 3 was the most recent Call of Duty that I bought. The new Modern Warfare 3, not the OG one. But yeah. I'm not a fan of the direction that they went. Making it damage is crazy. I mean, I don't know. Just scratch some of the connectors. Or what am I saying? I would never do this, but I'm just saying it's pretty easy to make something seem defective. I contacted Amazon support when they sent me open box instead of new, and they gave me some money back. Oh, nice. Did you also get a return, or did you keep that open box and they sent some money back for the difference? I would almost sometimes prefer that if the item is basically functionally the same and you can get a discount on it. I like Amazon gets such a bad rep because like people are getting sometimes, and then I want to question the validity of it. Like how many people are getting sent a brick instead of a graphics card? It's got to be such a small number. Otherwise, there would be way more lawsuits and way more Reddit posts and Twitter threads about it. But Amazon, I think for the most part, does a pretty good job with making sure if you got sent something wrong, they will fix it. And their free return policy is kind of crazy. They will accept a lot of things unless you abuse it. Because I think they do track. Because I've heard of people complaining like their returns weren't accepted or something, or they had to pay a restocking fee. I feel like I returned quite a bit of items. Especially when it comes to like clothes and stuff. And now that we're buying a lot of baby stuff for the girls, like if we buy something and it's just like not up to our standards or like doesn't fit, so we're returning quite a bit these days, baby products and baby clothes. And I've never been hit with like restocking fee or them denying it. So I don't know if it's like people abusing the system, but let me know your guys' experience with, if you guys are in the US and use Amazon, like, do you think their return process in general is pretty good, or have you had bad luck with it? I would personally build mine with all used parts except PSU, SSD, and RAM, since new and used don't really have a it's funny. Talking about PSU. So the next build, I actually picked up quite a bit of stuff up Amazon resale, but I actually got a pretty good deal on this Cooler Master MWE Gold 850 power supply. As you can see on here, let me make sure. Okay, I just want to make sure my address isn't on it, but this isn't. I think this is an open box. I don't even know if that. Actually, this might be sealed still. It seems like it was returned with just damaged packaging. But you can see the big Amazon sticker on here. I forgot how much I paid for this, but this is normally a pretty expensive power supply. But I'm always, like, when I build a PC, I always first check Amazon resale or, Amazon warehouse deals. So this one is technically marked as an Amazon resale, but now that I'm looking at the shrink wrap on it, I don't think it was ever fully opened. Like, yeah, like the way that the wrap is still on here, I don't see how this could have ever been opened up. And this does not look like a repackaging job or a rewrapping job. So this might just have been like slightly open packaging marked as open box. So this is like getting an like new for a pretty hefty discount. But I don't know. Especially on high quality power supplies, I think I'm pretty comfortable buying open box or even used, because I don't understand how someone could really damage a power supply aside from, like, throwing it on the ground or something. Like, running it in a computer, I feel like it's pretty hard to damage a power supply. You would have to, like, really intentionally do that. And I don't think the average person has the ability to do it purposefully. Like, short of spraying water into it or something, I think if it works out of the box, you put it under heavy load for a long time, I feel like it's really hard to mask or hide the fact that it's defective, but still make it work up front, if you know what I mean. 12600 KF for 105, should I get it? I feel like that's a good price for that processor. 12600 KF is still very capable. I think we got Prime Week next week. But I think we saw this one last Prime Day go down to 120. But that's, Prime Day, so that's when the best deals are. But I think for 105, I would go for that. It's kind of hard to get an alternative. Like, if you want to go AM5, the cheapest AM5 processors now are like $140. So that's a pretty big price difference. Somehow we got off the topic. Let's just finish up the 50 series super lineup speculation and stuff like that. You guys keep on bringing up random questions like this. Danny, any Looksmaxxing tips? So I get fed on Reddit and stuff, like the Looksmaxxing or just like general tips for improving looks subreddits. And just because you read one, they feed you a bunch. I think the most common advice that I see for either men or women for Looksmaxxing, it's always, can you guys guess it? Go to the gym. Like, whether you're just an average person, super skinny, like on the heavier side, going to the gym automatically improves you some number of points. And you don't have to get like shredded or ripped, but just getting in above average shape will help improve your looks max or your looks aesthetics points some, without even changing anything to your face, your hair, or any of that. But after that, I don't know, man. Like, do I look like someone who's Looksmaxxing? I wear a hoodie or a blank t-shirt every single day. I've had the same haircut for like 20 years. I don't think I'm the go-to person for Looksmaxxing. if you have Amazon Prime, oh, I wonder if that's it. I've had Amazon Prime for I don't know, like 15, 16 years by this point, I think. I've had it for a really long time and have not lapsed on, the subscription or whatever. But and I have a long-standing Amazon account. So I wonder if that matters because I also wonder how many people are making new Amazon accounts to try to game the system and are getting like blacklisted for, returning things and saying things are broken or swapping things out and kind of scamming Amazon. So I wonder if that all goes into some kind of algorithm for how they treat you. But yeah, I've had a long-standing Amazon and Prime account, so that's for me that's good. But for new members, that might not be so good. They don't treat you nice. I've known people who got blacklisted for too many returns. Yeah. Error Signal says, I will never buy computer parts online ever again. There is a Memory Express just a few miles from me. That's Canadian, right? Memory Express. Yes. Okay. I am remembering that correctly. I'm curious. See, I don't know if I had a Micro Center local to me, I think I might still buy it online because Micro Center does have good combo deals and they have great open box deals and stuff like that. But on some random one-off items, like just buying a single SSD or buying a single memory kit, I've seen them have some kind of weird prices that aren't competitive at all. Like if we opened up Micro Center right now, and let's go to the Tustin location because that's one of their flagship stores, right? If let's just look at top deals, they say these are their top deals. So 14,900K, they have it on sale for 420. Nice. 14,900K. Can I find it for cheaper anywhere else? I'm probably not gonna be able to find it cheaper. Pretty competitive on Newegg. I think their CPU deals are pretty solid. So let's take a look at this. Corsair 6000 CL36, 32 gigs. Like I've shopped around Micro Center deals before, and they weren't always the cheapest. Especially when I did sponsored videos with Micro Center in the past, and I put together builds. So let's see, is this the same kit? 122, 32, 6000 CL36. So it's 123. It's about the same. It's slightly cheaper on Amazon. I would say it's effectively the same price. But you see what I'm saying? Like, even if I had an Amazon or Micro Center near me, let's say I needed one kit of memory and Micro Center was 30 minutes away, which is about the distance that Fry's was away from me when it was still here. I could either buy it from Micro Center for 125 or get it shipped for a couple of bucks cheaper and not have to waste gas and time and maybe pick up some other stuff. So there are some categories that Micro Center does very well, but others where it's the same price or sometimes less competitive. But I'm perfectly okay with buying parts online. I kind of have to because we don't have Micro Center. And Best Buy options are... Best Buy online actually has a lot of selection. Best Buy in store is pretty limited. At least my Best Buys. I have a lot of Best Buys around me. Probably like 3 within 20 minutes of me in any direction. But every time I go there, I look at computer parts and it's kind of a sad selection. I've purchased plenty of used Corsair SFX PSUs in my day. Yeah, I'm curious to see when I do the video if anyone's going to put comments about, oh my god, why did you use a used power supply? Just pay the extra money, bro. The way you cut costs on something is, like, people are always like, oh, just pay the extra $10 or $20. For one part, it's only $10 or $20. But if you can save $10 or $20 here, $10 or $20 on the motherboard, $10 or $20 on, like, the next thing, then it becomes like $100 after 3 or 4 parts that you just saved 10 or $20 from. So my mindset is, if I can save the money and I'm confident in the reliability of the part, then why not save the money? Am I playing the beta tomorrow? Says Birth of Mac. Which beta? Are we talking about Call of Duty still? Because if so, then definitely not. Call of Duty beta. Is that what is going on? Black Ops 7 beta? Yeah, no. I'm not playing it. The next beta I'm going to be playing is probably Blue Protocol. Because I'm an MMO enjoyer. Do you hear the twins in the background? It sounds like they're awake. What? They nap for about an hour. I might grab one of them to help Melissa out, but it sounds like she has it under control. We'll see. It is a good deal on a brand new mobile ASRock B450M HDV for $68 to $70. The HDVs, those are pretty on the lower end. That sounds pretty standard on a brand new motherboard. Let's see, HDV B450. M, you said? B450M? I don't know if it's a good deal. That sounds like the standard deal. Yeah, this thing right here. Even though this is a B450 board, aside from like, you know, the chipset and IO, which is also pretty limited, this is like a glorified, I guess there's no B420, but like, yeah, there was no 20 series boards for this, huh? It'd be like an A320, but it's just like it's kind of like a glorified lowest form AM4 board for the 400 series. Let me see, what B450, like, would I rather buy this thing brand new or try to at least get, so this is $70, right? Is there anything that's like even slightly remotely better quality than that? Open box B450Ms, come on. Yeah, see, anything that is even semi decent is like closer to 90. Yeah, 100 for this one. I mean, this one, not the ASRock, the Asus Prime. See, you can get a Prime B550. Wait, did that one have Wi-Fi? Yeah, see, this one, I would pay the extra $5 or even $10. But if you're okay with like new used over here for $75 over here, this one has Wi-Fi. It's a slightly, let me look at the rear. Yeah, it looks like the same amount of USB ports, but I mean, at least it has a heatsink on the VRAMs, and it has Wi-Fi though. Wait, does it? Where's the Wi-Fi card? Did they use the wrong picture? Where's the Wi-Fi antennas hook up to? They used the wrong picture. But if this is really a Wi-Fi version, and it's a B550 chipset, and it has a heatsink, it's like, I think the better deal. Memory Express will price match Amazon prices. Yeah, I feel like with price matching, because it depends on the employee you get, right? Because I remember trying to price match stuff. I haven't tried to price match for years, but I remember, was it Best Buy or like Office Depot or something? If you have a laxed employee, as long as the products are pretty much have the same names, they'll be cool about it. But sometimes they look deeper into like the SKU, like the actual serial number. And, you know, sometimes they do like slight refreshes or just slightly one letter or number off a SKU, even though it's essentially the same product. Some employees will reject the price matching. But then in that case, people online usually recommend saying like, oh, if you're doing like online or over the phone price matching, like try again with a different operator. In person, you would have to try with a different employer. But yeah. Danny, how long have you owned the Yaris? I've had it since 2011 or 12, so like 13 years now. I tried to replace the battery on an iPhone 12 and would never do it again. I have never replaced a battery on a phone that wasn't like easily replaceable, and they kind of stopped making phones like that, right? But yeah, I'm not trying to open up my phone and mess things up. I I know iFixit sells kits and stuff where you can like wedge something in and pop it open and like heat up the glue so that it softens and melts and you could pop it open. Nah, man, I'm not doing that. Like I've used, where's my old phone? Oh, it's over there on the shelf. I've used a phone with like a huge crack at the bottom of the screen throughout for like 3 or 4 years because I didn't think it was worth it to try to replace. This isn't a battery replacement, but like a screen replacement. That's just something is out of my wheelhouse. I have no confidence in my ability to do it well. I just replaced the screen protector on it and called it a day. And you know what? The crack didn't affect the usability of it. It's just aesthetically ugly. But functionally, like touchscreen wise, it was the same. So I just left the crack. Oh, okay. Let's go to the second topic since now we're kind of going into random stuff. But I did want to talk about Game Pass because I'm curious. I'm going to end the poll. And now, actually, the votes are closer to 60-40 split on the buying open box to save money. So I'm going to end that poll. So Xbox Game Pass. Who here's start poll? Do you currently subscribe to Xbox Game Pass or have within the last, let's just say, 3 months? So I have subscribed to Game Pass before, very temporarily though. I would say for the most part, on average, I don't subscribe to Game Pass. But as of today, they made updates to Game Pass, and they have 3 new tiers, which is the Essential, Premium, and Ultimate, which the price is $9.99, $14.99, and $29.99. So there are people have not this one. I pulled up the, where's that article? Here it is. Fans, so a bunch of people are kind of mad about this today. Fans revolt against Xbox after years of price hikes and game delays. So the biggest one is the 50% increase from $19.99 to $29.99 for the Ultimate one. So for me, I'm actually kind of curious. We should be able to look at which games are in each package, right? So you go from 50 games to 200 games. So that's a 4 times increase from 50 to 200 plus, for only a $5 increase in price. So that's like a 300% increase for 50% increase. But for the Ultimate one, it went from 20 to $30, which is a 50% increase. I don't know how many games it was before previously, but this is kind of weird to have it bucketed by how many games you have access to because you don't have control over it. So are you just going to hop from plan to plan, like month to month, depending on what you have access to? Let's take a look. Game Pass. Right now, it's about a 40-60 split with more people not having Game Pass. I had PC Game Pass for 2 months. Turns out, I just don't play enough games to really justify it. I think that's my my reason for not having it too. And I don't know. When I had it, I don't like installing games via the or not the Xbox, but like the Windows store. As much as Steam is a monopoly as a game launcher, I don't know. Maybe it's because we've been so groomed on using Steam over the years. Like when I was playing the few games I did play on Game Pass when I had it, I was just like, this just, even launching and opening the game didn't feel right. It didn't feel good. Not only that, like your achievements, if you are an achievement hunter or care about that, or your tracking of the hours of games played, like I don't know, Steam does that all really well, which sounds like a stupid reason because that's not playing the game, that's not the gameplay aspect of it. But all those like side tertiary, secondary and tertiary things, to me, I don't know why I care about it, but I do, right? Like I like being able to go to, and I'm sure, does the Xbox side of things track how many hours? Let me look. Let me pull up the game. Was it Microsoft Store? Because I did play Fallout 76 on it. Let me see if it tracked my hours played. But even then, I don't want to split between the Microsoft app and Steam. Fallout 76. I swear I got emails about changes like 4 months ago and changed my Ultimate Pass to a PC Pass for 16. Now it's changing again. I mean, yeah, apparently it's been changing a crap ton. So Fallout 76 PC owned. Is it gonna tell me how many hours I have played in this thing? Add-ons, more info. Like I'm trying to just see how many hours I put it on Fallout 76 on here. Does anyone know if the Microsoft Store tracks how many hours you have in a game? I think they have their own version of achievements, right? But I just download them for free from the internet. Well, it depends on if you're playing online games. You can't play online multiplayer with pirated games. I think that's the biggest thing. For single player games, yeah, I guess. But then I think for some time, what is it, De Novo or whatever? There are some games that use the whatever it is to make it like pretty much impossible to crack. So then you can't play those games. I don't know which games those are, but I think it is De Novo, right? That is the one that is pretty much almost impossible to crack, or it takes so long that nobody does it. Been subscribed to Game Pass for years. One of those subscriptions that I didn't mind keeping on, but now it's jumping in price and now it's getting canceled. Dang, they're losing a long-time customer. I will say, and I'm still hoping for this day, I will become a Game Pass subscriber and will probably keep it on forever if they bundle in the World of Warcraft subscription to it. I'm still holding out for that because now Microsoft acquired Blizzard, right? Or Activision Blizzard. So, yeah. I feel like that would be a great reason to have a bunch of people grab Game Pass. Bundle it with World of Warcraft subscription. But they haven't done that yet, so... I buy my Game Pass a few months at a time, and it ends this month. I'm going to cancel it. And I feel like what people have done, too, is make new emails to get, like, that $1 for the first month offer. Or there was ways to getting it for cheaper. I remember Kevin Ngo was talking about it previously. But there were ways in the past to like, prepay like for a year and stuff to get it for cheaper, but I don't know. Can I look Xbox Game Pass? Let me see. Where can I sign up for Game Pass? Xbox Game Pass. All right. Next week on new games for, see, what does this mean? Ooh, is this the new Final Fantasy Tactics? I think it is. New games for September 30th to October 3rd. All the games coming. Okay, but how long do they last is the question. Yeah, so it is Final Fantasy, Alien, and stuff. Like, do they tell you ahead of time, like, how long this is gonna be on Game Pass before they take it out of the store? I don't know. Adding games is one thing. Them taking it away if you're like midway through a playthrough just because you either got busy with life or you wanted to play other things and then come back to it, that seems annoying. I love Taco loves Game Pass personally. I still use. I don't think anyone hates Game Pass. I think they hate the price. If the price was lower, I think there would be way less complaints. Oh yeah, Steam is amazing, especially when you get cheaper keys from places like Fanatical or just any of those online key sellers. Hey, what up, Shauner? On your way to pick up a 10400, lurking again. What up? What up? Hopefully you have a safe transaction. 10400. I need to revisit a build with 10th gen Intel. I love 10th gen Intel stuff. They're like pretty reasonably cheap. I personally love the 10100. 10400 also has been solid. 10700 super solid too. But I just haven't had time to do as many builds lately. But yeah, 10400. How much are you getting for? Super solid deal, or super solid processor. And I'm just the average price of them that I've been seeing has been pretty good. So you know how to deal hunt. I'm sure you're getting it for a crazy good price. Oh, okay. It should on your profile. Okay, let me click on my profile and let me see. Look at my Steam profile or my how do I look at my profile on Xbox Game Pass? Payment method, manage account and devices. Does this show it? Come on, I have to sign in. Boo. It's not showing it. Yeah. Or library. Let me take a look real quick. Library, Fallout 76. Yep, acquired it. Yeah, I first installed it. So it tells you when you first started playing. Share. More options. I'm not seeing it on this window. But you're saying, okay, it does show everything though. You just have to look at your profile. Okay. It's crazy that the page to cancel Game Pass subscriptions was overwhelmed. I wouldn't be surprised. Hopefully they go back on the pricing. Noisy MacBook. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Hobble Hotel is coming to Steam. Do I need a 5090? I don't even know. What is Hobble Hotel? Virtual World Avatar Chat Pixel Art. Hobble. I've never heard of this game. It's coming to Steam. So it's kind of like isometric 2D pixel sprite-y based. So this is coming soon. A pixel art social simulation MMO. Ooh, it's an MMO. I mean, if it just says massive people, probably not like an RPG, which is what I would be more interested in. Where you customize your avatar, build, and decorate rooms. I've never heard of this game. Ever. Do you need a 5090? AI generated content disclosure. Interesting. What is this? You only need an Intel Pentium 4 and integrated graphics that has DirectX 9.0C. I've never heard of this game, but it seems like a game that's been around on its own client for a while. So Habbo, what is this? So it's from 2000, but it's Habbo Hotel, like a newer version of it. Oh nope, wait, Habbo. It used to be called Habbo Hotel. Now it's just Habbo. It's a 2000 game. Nice troll question. I've never played this. I don't even know if anyone. Does any of my friends play this? Let me go onto my Steam profile and see if any of my friends have this. One friend wants this game. And this is one of my friends from like a viewer that I added on Steam. None of my real life friends. I have wishlisted this game. This was Club Penguin before Club Penguin. Well, so if this came out in 2000, I was 11 years old at the time. Was I playing on? I wasn't playing online games at that point. I was playing like So 11 years old. Yeah, I was probably playing StarCraft, not on the BattleNet. We had 56K. So I didn't start playing online games until like America's Army in like 2003 or something, which sucked because I was on 56K. And then World of Warcraft actually ran decently well on 56K. So that was like my first major online gaming, was classic or vanilla WoW. But yeah, Habbo Hotel coming out in 2000. I wonder how this ran on 56K, how like laggy it would have been. At 11 years old, I don't even remember the specs of the computer I had at the time, or our family computer. I'm 25 and I have played Hobble before. This is just a corner of the internet I've never heard of. I mean, but it seems like, remember, it's like Second Life. Now there's the chat, VR chat. Like, there's a bunch of these online, more socially type of games that exist. But yeah, apparently, so the developers are Finnish, it seems, or a studio based out of Finland. First online game was PSO on the Dreamcast dial-up. I always wanted to play that, but I just never had a Dreamcast with the ability to go online. Okay, but finishing up the Game Pass discussion, how do I view? Is this every game I could wait? How do you view every game that you could play on different versions of Game Pass? Because it was like 50 plus, 200 plus, 400 plus games. Like before I subscribe to this thing, add it now. Like how do I see the plans and the? Oh my goodness! Do I have to log into my Microsoft account? I don't want to do that. Here, let me see if we can find a third-party list. What games are on each version of Game Pass? Browse Game Pass games. Okay, here we go. So, explore all the game, not script. Okay, join at that much. So, like... I guess all these have PC Game Pass. Console games, PC games. Yes, I remember when SOCOM 2 came out, that it looked so cool. Like, I feel like SOCOM for the PlayStation 2 was one of the first, like, tactical third-person shooters. Because, that like, first-person shooters were, you know, have been around for a long time. But SOCOM, when I saw that demo at was it Electronic Boutique, or did it already transition to GameStop? But either or. When I saw it and played the demo, I thought it was like the coolest game ever. It was so different than anything that existed up to that point in time. But I was never able to play it online. Ooh, Ninja Gaiden 4? Is that new? It's an upcoming game. Ooh! This was completely under my radar. When is this coming out? Oh, it's coming out this month! If it's anything like any of the other Ninja Gaiden games, fast-paced, hack and slash, I'm down. Interesting. $70 though. Is this why people get Game Pass, so that they don't have to pay $70 for every single game? Yo, I didn't even know that was coming. I didn't know it was either. All these other games I always be seeing on like you know, pop up on social media and stuff. I feel like Ninja Gaiden kind of has a cult following. It's never been a super major popular game, even though I feel like it was one of the major titles for Xbox specifically. And then eventually, and it was an exclusive until they came out with like Ninja Gaiden Sigma, which was on PS3. But you know, Ninja Gaiden, I've always been a fan of like hack and slash action adventure games, kind of like, you know, this falls in line with like God of War, Devil May Cry, stuff like that, where you're one super powerful person fighting hordes of enemies. Not open world though. Always been a fan of those types of games. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for this. I don't want to pay $70, so I'll probably try to find a key for cheaper, or if they bundle this with like hardware, maybe go that route. But yeah, paying $70 for it, don't know about that one. It was shown at Xbox Showcase. I I don't watch any of the those, you know, like PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox whenever they do their showcases, yearly showcases. I don't follow those, so that's why I missed it. Just wait, yeah, 6 months it'll be cheaper, or get a secondary or gray market key, or see if it's bundled anywhere. Or on my Steam family plan, I don't know if my brother-in-laws are into Ninja Gaiden, but if any of them buy it, then I could just do family sharing on that. So we will see. I used to say Ninja Gaiden. I think I used to say Ninja Gaiden too. I also still, I like for a Street Fighter. Who says Ryu? Like I still say Ryu to this day, even though it's supposed to be Ryu. I kind of want to run a poll on that. Let's run a poll. How do you say Ryu from Street Fighter? From So it's either Ryu or Ryu. I know it's Ryu. I do say Ryu now, but every time I say it, I have to stop for a split second in my head and tell myself, don't be a dummy, say Ryu. Like, there's always a moment of hesitation where I have to switch my brain and say, oh yeah, it's Ryu. But, because growing up as a kid, you know, like, I don't remember how old I was when I first played like Street Fighter 2 Turbo on Super Nintendo. That was my first Street Fighter game. But yeah, when I saw the name, I just read it as Ryu. Hey, the votes are coming in, and there's a fair amount of people who have voted so far saying Ryu. So I'm not the only one. Also, in Ninja Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden, the main character's name is Ryu or Ryu Hayabusa. So it's funny. Ninja Gaiden is just filled with ways to mispronounce names. Ramen. Okay, I've never said ramen noodles. I still say Ryu. Okay, we got some Ryu people in the house. Did you see the Unreal Engine 5 remake that released like... Wait, for what? In Unreal for Ninja Gaiden? In Unreal Engine 5 remake? Is that it? Oh, this thing? I did not see it. That released earlier this year. Okay, let's take a look. I gotta still roast it. Was it Indecline's PC? Wait, is this like a fan-made project or is this like official? Oh! No, this is official. PC Game Pass version remake. Oh! I don't remember hearing about this. Okay, so they did remake it in Unreal Engine 5. And it was in Game Pass. Is it only on Game Pass? There was no Steam? Let me see. There isn't a Steam version, but rather than to give it blah blah blah. It was released on Steam. Let me see. Oh yeah, no, it's here too. It was on Steam. Oh, okay, this one's cheaper. Probably because it's a remake. $30. Oh. I may have to get this. It's Ryu, but I'm not butthurt for pronunciations. It's Ryu. What about Raiden? Or okay, so Raiden. I say Raiden, not Raiden. I don't. I mean, when you watch Mortal Kombat, they say Raiden. So, I think because back then there was no pronunciation. I guess unless you watched the Street Fighter cartoon, which wasn't like super mainstream, then you wouldn't have heard the pronunciation for Ryu. But for Mortal Kombat, that movie, what year was that? 1994 or something? There was, let's see, Mortal Kombat original movie. It was 1995, and then Mortal Kombat original game was what, 1992? So a 3-year gap. But I was young enough. I mean, I was 3 when the original Mortal Kombat game came out, and 6 when this came out. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we watched it in theaters. What PG-13? Why? Whoever took me to watch it, I don't remember if it was my mom or somebody else, family member, who took a 6-year-old to go watch Mortal Kombat, which is kind of violent. But yeah, so it was ingrained in my head as Raiden already due to the movie pronunciation. In decline. I gotta go to the store. I hope I don't miss. Oh no, you gotta go to the store? I was about to start roasting right now. How long is it gonna take for you to go to the store? Game Pass game list per subscription tier. Premium and Ultimate games list. Since everyone is freaking out, I wanted to ask what games are on each tier. Like we know it's 200. This is exactly what I'm saying. This person gets me. Like we know it's 200 plus from Premium, 400 plus Ultimate. Do we know if say Doom series will only be on one, etc.? If you scroll down, you can filter and they'll list them all. Okay, so you can filter. If you scroll down, you can filter. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's go to PC Game Pass. Most popular. So here's all the titles. Leaving soon. No game. Coming soon. Okay, so they got games coming. All games. So PC Game Pass. Here we go. PC Game Pass has 839 with none leaving. Huh. Does this sound right? As a non-Game Pass user. Do PC Game Pass, like, do we never lose games on this? Because, as much as it sounds mean, I know we gotta look out for our console brothers and sisters, but if PC gamers don't lose games, then it's whatever. Console gamers losing games doesn't affect me. I mean, it probably affects me, like with the butterfly effect type thing, right? But it doesn't directly affect me. I meant Ultimate, sorry. PC Game Pass. So it's 470. Why did it reset? I could have sworn I clicked that. Leaving soon. No games are leaving. All games. So we get 470 games. The Mortal Kombat remake, I thought it was pretty decent. I don't like how they made the main character some new guy with his weird trait being gold-plated armor skin. I don't know. I didn't really like it. But all the OG characters, like Jax, Sonya, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Kano, Kung Lao, Liu Kang, in the new remake, I thought they did very well. I just didn't like how they made a new main character out of nowhere. They only leave out cloud gaming unless you get Ultimate. Okay. Game does really leave that much. Games doesn't really leave that much, and when they do, it's pretty unpopular. Okay. So let's take a look at Xbox Game Pass for console. Leaving soon. Huh. For past... The Essential has the... So this is that 50 plus games, huh? Most popular games. So you get Hades, Gang Beasts, and Call of Duty. We can see almost all the games here. They do have... Wait. This does seem like a pretty minimal list. So none of them... There's actually... I don't think they're going to list any... So Essential doesn't have any... Like the option to select games leaving isn't even there. Premium leaving soon. Yeah, they're not going to mark anything as leaving soon, huh? Weird. So I guess that's just not something you have to worry about. I was thinking... Wait, I thought we saw a list of games leaving soon that had stuff. Let me take a look. Leaving soon, Xbox Cloud. Someone said something about cloud gaming. Yeah, games don't really leave that much. Okay. They only leave out cloud gaming unless you get Ultimate. Leaving soon. Yeah, there's nothing on here either. Okay, so I guess that's not as much of a problem as I thought it would be. What the way they... That's so weird advertisement, like, in my opinion. I feel like they haven't made it super clear because they make it the way that they word it, games coming to Game Pass, and the fact that they even have games leaving. I feel like it would help them out if they specified, like, yeah, basically all the most popular games never leave once they get to Game Pass. Johnner, you just grabbed the 10400, no crazy deal, $55 for a 10400F, but you got a B460 for $40 a little while ago, so that's pretty. $90 for a CPU motherboard combo. I don't even know how much 10400s are going for. On Amazon, I would guess like $50 to $60 used. 91. Ew. Oh wow, never mind. It's not as cheap as I thought it would be. $91. Ooh. Let's see what this. Yeah, so 60-ish bucks plus 70. So yeah, about 70 after shipping. Yeah, so you got a pretty solid deal. Saved on tax, saved on shipping. Nice. Okay. People wanted me to roast, or InDecline wanted me to roast this build. What? How can I roast this build? You didn't give enough pictures to roast. You gave a, like, rotated image that doesn't show the whole build, and the image is kind of blown out by either the side panel being on or a combination of that with the lighting. I think it's mainly because the side panel is still on, and we're seeing some reflection. So I can't roast this. I can roast InDecline's photo taking skills. But otherwise, the build looks like it would be pretty nice looking if we had better pictures of it. How many fans is that? I'm guessing this is a 360. So we're looking at 10 fans. And they're mismatching. Because you have these ones with the ring lights. And then these the fan blades are illuminated. So, I mean, you've got a fish tank style case with side intake. You know, panoramic glass view or whatever they call it. And you have mismatching fans. How could you? I don't think the two memory sticks are... No, they're not next to each other. There's a gap. Well, maybe it's hard for you guys to see, but there is a gap in here. You can see this slot with the little flicky thing. What do you call these things? It's escaping my mind. The latches? There, you can see it there. Yeah. Someone is selling 7800 XT for $375 on Facebook Marketplace. Should I go get it? Yeah, I would say so. It comes in cheaper than a 9060 XT after tax, and it's a more powerful card. Clamps. Oh, speaking of hardware, we never went to take a look at back at the, we looked at 9070 XT, we didn't look at 5070 Ti. But yeah, there's MSRP right there. Boom. It's featured too. Is there anything less than MSRP yet? Open box, refurbished. No. So they are sitting at MSRP. Oh my goodness, Zotac. Okay, it's for some reason the isometric angle on this card looked pretty ugly. I feel like if you use like the Team Group T Create RAM, because it's kind of like bronze slash like grayish black, it could fit pretty well with this look. But still not my favorite design. Zotac, I don't know what you guys are trying to do. Trying to look, I don't know, you're doing too much. And then, yeah, these ones have shipping costs though. PNY is just plain black. So, not a bad time to pick up a graphics card. Unless you really want to wait 4, 5, 6 months until the supers come out. Their last year, yes, they look like maxi pads. I never heard of it referred to as that, but their last gen cards is the roundedness, rounded graphics cards. This is what it reminds me of. This is what I think of when I think of Zotac's design of graphics cards when they made like the corners rounded. Like, I don't know. Graphics cards need to be squared and sharp. Sharp angles, either triangles or squares or rectangles, not circular or round. Like, let's take a look at it. Yeah, look at that. Is that not the same shape right there? That shape and SpongeBob's head? It's the same thing. I might potentially be killing any opportunity I can ever work with Zotac if anyone from their company sees me bashing on their cards. I will say though, the 50 series generation does look better. That's a maxi pad if I've ever seen one. A black maxi pad. It's so that you can hide the stains. SpongeBob looking at GPU. Those cards are ugly. What up, teams? No, budget. My stepdad was having a problem with his video card, and the video card unmounted from the solder. What? Unmounted from the, like, are you talking about solder? Like, you're talking about like the solder. Unmounted from the solder, like the pin, what's it called? GPU, like, you're talking about that solder, right? It unmounted, and he went on Shop Goodwill and bid and got a video card for $35. How did it unsolder itself? But what, and got a video, wait, yeah, which video card though for $35? $35 is very cheap price to get a video card, but depending on what he got, that's the more exciting part. 5060 Ti, Goodwill shop Goodwill. Is this the bidding online thrift store? $35? Like, can we find anything? Graphics card? Like, what is it even listed as? Oh, here we go. Like, here's the Radeon graphics card. Has anyone bid on this? Do they show you the? It has one bid on it. Someone's paying. What card is this? It's like a RX 480 or something, probably 470, 480, 580, perhaps. Probably a 480. But like, if this is going for 49, how did he end up sniping it and nobody else bid on it? Like, we're looking at 2060s going for like, how many bids? This has 0 bid. Oh, 10 bids. How does a 5060 Ti not get bidded up higher? Is there a listing for that? Can we look at sold listings? Do they even have those anymore? Sold. Show buy now. Auction stock. GPU. If I put GPU. But yeah, like. Oh my goodness. Why is Chrome just crash out randomly? 1 second. The chat screwed up, I think. Oh no, it's still there. What up, Techie Tech? Luck? I don't know if that's even luck though. Given how accessible this website is, well, I guess, do they have a buy it out? Buy it now item. So we have a lot of items, but can't seem to find that one. I don't know. I'm not calling you a liar, but that seems like a crazy good deal. One where I'm like, it just seems way too like unlikely to happen, given how websites like this are like, there's deal hunters scraping this website. For a 5060 Ti modern generation card to go for $35. Like, do you have the listing of it? Can you post a screenshot of it in the Discord server? Press X to doubt, la. Just had an edible, just watching your stream and playing War Thunder, says Techie Tech. Enjoy your edible. What kind did you eat? Talking about like a cookie, brownie, chips. They got potato chip edibles. It's crazy. Like hot Cheeto edible. Like they have edible hot Cheetos. It's crazy. What was it? Gummies, hard candies. But yeah. The little medicine looking one. Okay. Well, you enjoy, your chill session. Did he look at GPU or something that would indicate it was a 5060 Ti? Well, what I'm curious is, if you bought it online, there should be like some kind of receipt via email, or if you go on your shop, my Goodwill account, there should be a, previous purchases. Like, you should be able to get a screenshot or take a picture of it with your phone on the screen pretty easily. I need to see this. Like, I'm asking for proof. And I know you're one of the long time... what's it called? Like, people who attend the streams, you're a contributing member to chat. So I'm inclined to believe you, but if we had that screenshot, it seals the deal of any doubt I have in my mind. Techie Tech, what do I need to see? So Teams Wavy Motorsport says his dad's GPU failed and he went on shopgoodwill.com and found a 5060 Ti and got it for $35 in working condition. Just based on me looking at graphics cards, it just seems like that. How did that not get bid up higher or instantly sniped by the thousands of deal hunters that are probably combing this website? Like, that seems just almost unrealistic. But this they're not just, you know, Teams Wavy's been in the chat for like a long time. They come to like most of the streams. So I'm more inclined to believe people who are regular viewers and attendees of the stream. But I would just like, I would like to see the proof, just so that it, you know, casts all doubt out the window. If this is true, it'll end up on Reddit slash UHD. Come on, UFD? Or is UHD something else? It probably was a 560. I don't even know that they made a GTX 560 Ti. Did they? They did! They did make... Okay. Well, it seems like... I mean, I think Teams Wavy knows what they're talking about. But $35 for a GTX 560 Ti sounds more reasonable. Actually, I'm curious what the eBay price would be on a 560 Ti. Let's see. 560 Ti. That is going for, on eBay, if you want to buy it now, you can get it for parts only. What's the cheapest working one is around $20. 20 to 25 bucks. Yeah. Tarnished Gamer says proof or I'm calling BS. I mean, we will see if we are given the proof. I got a 750 Ti for 25 bucks. Which model? Was it a one without an external connector? 750 Ti's are still very useful because the low power draw, if you can power it through the PCIe slot. 25 bucks, I think it's pretty... Look, if we look up 750 Ti, it's gonna be more than that on eBay for sure. These cards, parts only. Oh, this one's not bad. Oh, I think I've picked up one of these before. These are like the Dell OEM ones. But if you want a non-OEM, yeah, the first one is like 35 bucks. This is free shipping. And which card is this? No, never mind. This is 750. 1 gigabyte. It's not even 50. Yeah, see, so 750 Ti, 2 gigs pre-owned, tested, working. Here we go. Here's the first cheapest one. $10 shipping plus 25. So, yeah. I still have a 750 Ti laying around somewhere. It's one of the cards that I think is going to be kind of timeless. There'll always be a use case for it. It was a no power connector Zotac one. What did those even look like? How many generations are we going back here? Zotac 750 Ti. Okay, I remember this one. Yeah, that cool orange translucent fan. I like that look. Zotac. Bring it back. Speaking of clear things, me being obsessed with clear, translucent. Oh, Teams Wavy Motor Shorts might come in with the proof. Now, I will say, it isn't hard to do a inspect, you know, like, you can do anything these days. Like, oh, inspect element, $24.99. Yeah, right. This is now a $199 graphics card. It's not too hard to do that, but, I mean, there's always going to be skepticism no matter what, right? I would say if there's a screenshot or a picture taken, I will be inclined to believe it. Why would people lie on the internet? Why? There's no reward for it. Posted. All right. Teams Wavy was like, you are not going to call me out on this. Wait, where is it posted? In general? So here's the card. There's the card, but where's the proof of pricing? I thought you were gonna post a screenshot of like his order history or his purchase history from the Shop Goodwill thingy. No, I'm not obsessed with was it because of the clear purple Game Boy? I had one of these Game Boys colors when I was young. Was it this that made me obsessed with clear stuff? I never had a clear N64. Yeah, I never had one of these clear shelled ones. Would have been pretty cool though. Or a clear. We never had Apple computers, so I never had one of those. But they need to bring this aesthetic back. It's so cool. Was there a clear PS2? Oh, I remember this one. Yes, I do remember this. Yeah. The clear dark blue one. The aesthetics is so 2000s, but I feel like it's making a comeback. And of course, we can't talk about clear without talking about these PC cases from whatever early 2000s. This Logisys, these brands stick out in my mind rent free. So I remember Zoxide. I remember seeing these PC cases. I don't remember what my thoughts were at the time. I don't think I was ever obsessed with clear PC cases, actually. I think it was because the PC, because of all the fan cables and stuff, it looked way messier than like a console or a handheld that was clear. Because, you know, remember when they used to put fans on side panels? And then running that fan to the motherboard? If you had a clear case during this era of PC computing, you would see fans running like just randomly across the case, and it would look kind of ugly. But nowadays, I would love to get my hands on one of these. Look at this thing. How much did this even go for? Clear acrylic. Oh my god. And you know this thing is going to scratch up like crazy. Clear PC case is a big nope. I mean, if you think about it too, like, look at how little ventilation this thing has. You got like a little bit of a hole up here in the front, and then these little tiny grill holes on the side, but pretty much everything else has like no breathability. Yeah, look at this. I would love to get my hands on one of these nowadays though, just for the kind of like retro-ness of it. Oh yeah, ooh, look at this thing. They're kind of ugly, but nowadays with all the modern RGB, you might be able to make it look cool. And with like cable extensions showing wires and cables could be, or streamer RGB cables, it could be made to look cool. I almost bought one of those, but when I saw Linus building it, it was like a nightmare, lol. Have I seen the X50 from Height X50 and X50 Air? Oh, this is a interesting. What is going on here? Okay, I need to see some pictures with PC parts in it. Is that the power supply shroud up? What is that thing up there? Okay, then show me a picture with parts in it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's gotta be the power supply, right? Can I look at one that's not red? Okay, we'll just look at a white one if that's the easiest one to see. My goodness. Why would you make the background the same color as the case? What is wrong with you, Height? I guess the white one seems... Whoa, the feet changed too. You guys can't see it because the thing... Huh, look at this. Look at the feet. This one has little ball feet on it, or like semicircles. But the white one has these like handle feet. These flat feet. Huh, okay, yeah, that does look like the power supply up there. Okay. What does a real build look like in it, though? So here's a Gamer's Nexus. What is it? Ultra high airflow case? What is so ultra high airflow about this? Oh my goodness, this is way... Doesn't these pictures make it look like almost an ITX or a micro ATX case? But, oh, it's like way bigger than I imagined when you have a human standing next to it. Okay, I want to see some more shots of the build. I need to... I don't want to get copyright struck with the audio and video, so we'll just skim through real quick. Not play more than like 3 seconds of video at the same time. I will say, it does look different. It is a different look. I mean... What makes this any more high airflow than the other cases? I guess there are a lot of cases that support like a crap ton of fans and have ventilation stuff, and they don't always call themselves high airflow. So when I see a case that calls itself high airflow, I always think like there's something that really sets it apart. But for this one, I mean, it just looks like a case with mesh, like, you know, like, does that make sense? Like, it doesn't look any more airflow than kind of a standard case. I mean, I guess it does have the side intake as well as the front intake. Is that what's so high airflow about it? But I feel like there's a decent amount of cases that has like this much. I don't know. All mesh front to back. Okay, let me take a look. Oh my goodness, the color. Why would they do this? Here we go. All mesh except for this and the top. Huh. The case looks terrible. The case. So the thing about like cases like this that set itself off, I think the case looks unique, but it's made almost instantly ugly as soon as you throw part. Because like most people aren't gonna be able to color match it like this. Like the way they show it, like, oh yes, if you get this matcha green one, bro, you know how hard it is to get a power supply and to be like that color and stuff. Realistically, it's gonna look like what Gamer's Nexus is showing here, where you put black or white parts in it for the most part. So then that aesthetic kind of goes right out the window. Like, I mean, even if you put all these white parts into here, yeah, you either have to go with, I feel like, the white or black one. Because as soon as you go with this one and you start mixing and matching, I think that makes it look a lot less nice. That's why on their promotional images, they color match all the parts, even though that's really hard to do unless you spray paint it yourself. Realistically, you're either throwing black or white parts in here. Maybe like red, because I don't know. Or sometimes graphics cards come in pink. But yeah, I don't know. Do they have temperature testing? Do they have temperature testing graphs? This might just be like a preview video. Yeah, I'm not seeing any charts. So I also question how much more airflow or temperature benefits you will get from this versus just some kind of standard case that has mesh on the front and mesh on the top. Paul did a video with this? Okay. I just butched hardware up. Okay, so Paul... he made it for his wife. Nice. I have never done a build video for my wife. because she's not really interested in PC gaming. But I could still do one and get clickbait it and say it's from my wife. All right, so this is what it ends up looking like. With pink, I think the white looks. I mean, this looks fine. I'm not gonna say, and this isn't like, knocking Paul, because Paul knows how to build good-looking computers. I just think the case doesn't look that good. Here's a question. We're gonna no. We're gonna end the Ryu poll, which has been running this entire time. We are gonna ask our poll. Thoughts on the height X50 and X50 Air. So it's gonna be fugly, meh, beautiful. There's only 3 options. What are we thinking about this case, chat? I think a lot of people are in the chat already. I want to see like the numbers though. I think a lot of people are already saying it's ugly, but I'm also now killing any opportunity to ever work with height again, or ever, not again. I've never worked with them. I don't know. Like, I think for the most part, I'm not a fan of height cases. Any of the cases that they have that are reasonably priced, like there's plenty of other similarly priced products that I feel aesthetically look better. Like, I don't like the height aesthetic. And that's just a personal preference. So yeah, I hate the Y70. But even though, was it the Y40? Yeah, to me, this thing looks ugly. Why you would have the power supply basement showing like behind the glass like that? I don't know. This thing to me does not look good for a kind of square case. But it's just personal preferences. Can we get like a different colored one? Like, yeah. And, oh yeah. Also, I know I forget. I always forget why I hate it, and then I'm reminded when I take a look at it. This freaking forced the riser cable. That's also, I think that's my main reason, aside from it being ugly. Height has a refurb. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. Refurbished. Still $100 for refurbished, but yeah, just a personal preference. I'm sorry, height. But more than half the votes so far are feeling kind of meh. So the majority of people don't have super strong opinions on the X50. Okay, and I know we were supposed to move on. It sounds like people looked into it. I actually I wasn't aware. Oh, it's an RX 560. Oh, which is close enough in name. But at least okay. $35 for an RX 560 isn't that bad of a price. And like an RX 560 is a modern enough graphics card. If it was a GTX 560, that would have been a not good price. RX 560s, I think they go for around 30 to 40 bucks. And so you guys pulled up the exact same card. So no biggie, because yes, that would have been too crazy of a deal to be a 5060. But it's funny because RX and RTX is very similar. And then 5060 versus 560 is also pretty similar. So it wasn't a crazy good deal, but it wasn't necessarily a rip-off deal. It was just as expected, which is what you expect when buying from an online bidding website like Goodwill or eBay. So we have solved the case. But that was fun to, go down that rabbit hole. I like the RX 560 actually. Bum, 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 bum. I do like the feet on the white one. Case, questionable. The feet though, it reminds me of the remember BitPhoenix Prodigy? I never got a chance to build in this case. They brought back the design, talking about what happened to BitPhoenix. I remember they were kind of on the rise in like 2016, 2017, 2018. They had some pretty solid cases, and I liked this case a lot, but I never got the opportunity to build in it. Like I wanted my personal build to be in this one day, but I just never got around to getting one. I think they're still available, and you guys know why I like this case, right? It's pretty easy to see why I'm a fan of it. Can you still buy this? How much is this? Yeah, see, so they brought it back in 2022 and they put tempered glass on it in their updated refresh design, but it's already like not available. Can I find a new egg? Yeah, it's out of stock here too. But yeah, I mean I think they still make cases. I just haven't seen much talk about them. I wonder if they'll have a resurgence, kind of like how Antec's kind of making a comeback lately. Antec was like one of those case companies that was popular in like the mid 2000s and early 2000s and 2010s, and then seemingly they fell off the face of the planet for a while, and then boom, now they're back, and you know, everyone's talking about them again, doing builds with them. BitPhoenix, I feel like they've fallen off, but like a phoenix, they can maybe rise one day again. What PC does Melissa use for everyday use? She uses her iPad and her iPhone. And then she also had I traded a friend of mine for, I forgot what generation MacBook, but he had a MacBook that he wasn't using anymore, and he wanted a gaming PC. So I traded him. I built a gaming PC and I traded him that to get Melissa a MacBook. But she doesn't use like a, aside for work, she has a work laptop that's Windows based, but she doesn't have like a gaming PC or gaming laptop or Windows based laptop other than her work one. But she's mobile. So if I built her a gaming PC, it would be just for a video for fun. She would not use it day to day. She's not going to sit down like at a stationary spot in the house to compute. Like she likes, you know, being able to use her phone or iPad from her bed, from whatever room we're in, taking care of the twins, on the couch, etc. She's not like me sitting down at their setup to compute. Robert Fixit has a height wide 40, not a fan. Was it because of the riser as well, Robert, or what was the reason for that? Antec has been doing it big lately. Had to pick up the black Antec Performance. Yeah, their new cases are good, but I mean, we gotta bring it back to the Antec 6. Wait, let me see. So they have the DF 600 Flux, but I'm talking about the original Antec. Like, can we even bring a picture of that up? Antec 600. This, when I think of 600, I'm thinking about this case. Even though I personally had the Antec 900 myself. I had one of these, and then I gave it away in the last year or two. It was actually in a video, I think, when I gave a bunch of cases to like the group of 3 guys, who probably scrapped it for junk metal. But yeah, their Antec stuff, they're doing well, or seemingly, as of late. And then they got their whole wood cases going on and stuff. Speaking of wood cases, to give you a hint as to what case is back there, that is a wood case. You probably can't see it, but that might give you a hint as to what case that is. With regards to not hints, but with regards to wood cases, this is going to be the first wood case I've ever built in. I I'm trying to make it kind of like a clean wood case build. Because I feel like with wood cases, for the most part, they look good with stealth builds with no RGB or minimal RGB. So I'm going kind of for a stealth black build with some wood accent. But we'll see. I'll give you my thoughts once the build is done with regards to the aesthetics. I like some of their smaller ones too. But then some of theirs, like the performance one, is that the one you were talking about? This this case looks, I think it looks better than the height cases. But on that same note, it is kind of extra. Like, what are these fins in the front? Well, let's see what technical reason or scientific engineering reason do they have. This is the tranquil silent fans, okay. But do they talk about those exquisite steel mesh? Okay. But what about these gigantic fins? What are those? Is it just aesthetic? They don't really. Okay, they're not trying to use like jargon to try to explain the design, which is kind of good. If it's there just for aesthetics, that's perfectly fine. But you know how sometimes companies are like, "This is a vortex generator" or something. I don't know. Okay, so they don't have anything explaining it, so it must have just been an aesthetic choice. Magnetic clip-on. I mean, they could just be stiffeners so that the mesh doesn't buckle or bend. But okay. I mean, it's a unique look. I think for the RGB to work, I'm here for the wood trend. It works. It works when you don't set it to. I feel well. I guess vibrant colors. Didn't you do that one, Shauner, where you put it to green? I think that looked pretty good because the green and wood complement each other. Setting it to like a yellowish or orangish tint or just straight up white looks pretty good. But some of the other colors, I don't know if like purple, like red. I guess I would have to see it and mess around with it. But with wood, I feel like there's certain tones that would go with it. It has to be either on the warmer side or like the neutral colors. But like, I don't know, pink, purple, teal, turquoise, those would go. Or just like unicorn puke definitely would not go well with it. Dong Too Long says, Dan, I just built a PC and you made me not buy the Height Y40. Yay! Just because of the riser being another point of failure, which is true. I went with the Lianli A3. Which one is that again? There's too many cases. Okay, the A3. Pretty standard black box build. Micro ATX. Actually, not standard black box. This looks like the decor you would see in like a home, like a nice home. When they do wall decor and put like paneling in like this. This is a pretty nice looking case. And they have some wood variants too. Pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Plus you don't have to worry about what it looks like because it's just closed off by a side mesh panel. I see. Yeah, who is that? Goliathan? Goth Lion Wood PC case build. Well, who's that guy's name? Goth the Lion. Then there was this build made by Power GPU. What was this case? Or it was built by them. I mean, we're talking about wood accented cases and then actually wooden cases. Like this one, shaped like a barrel. Whiskey barrel was this custom made? Bourbon barrel. Was this a custom build or did a company make this? Hey, thanks for the 40 months. It's been that long? And before you joined memberships, you were already, I think, like like around. So I did not realize that it's been that many years. Thank you for the support though, Shauner. And I know you've missed some time, and you probably joining in the membership at some point, like after you started watching the streams and stuff. So like, but 40 months, that's over 3 years. So we've known each other at least online for that long, and then we met a couple of years ago at LTX. But wow, time freaking flies. This is, yeah, it looks like a custom build, but the fact that I'm seeing multiple builds in it, like this isn't the Goth Lion one. I thought maybe it was like some boutique case maker that made like, you know, a few one-off ones. But yeah. Yeah, because this one was Jack Daniels cooled. Oh no, this is a different one. Okay, we are two and a half almost hours into stream. I think I gotta end soon because I gotta have dinner and help Melissa out with the girls. Oh, I really gotta use the restroom. I drank a whole entire bubble tea before stream. I will be right back. Give me 1 second and let me see if I can grab one of the girls so we can hang out for a little bit before the stream ends. I'll be right back. Okay. Say hello. All right. Now it's the guessing game. Which twin is it? I think you guys have been pretty good at guessing which twin is which. But it's been at least 4 since you started following me, and time sure does fly. I hate it. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, talk about time flying. This is now my new benchmark or indicator of how much time flies by. This is my new marker. Or both of them are. LTT had a controversy. Oh, wait. What happened with LTX that is no longer a thing? Ah, yes. Yep, they had a controversy that they were overworking their employees. LTX was a big part of that. And then I feel like, I forget if Linus has talked about this, but if the whole controversy did not happen that year, I feel like there would have been a higher chance at least for LTX 2024 to occur. Though I remember Linus, he may have mentioned something specifically, like regardless of it, it overworked them too much, so they might have not done it the next year. But with the whole controversy thing, I think that for sure pulled the plug, because that controversy between Gamers Nexus and them, it was like I feel like in recent years, the biggest community breaking or like, splitting and polarizing the community that I remember in recent years when it comes to tech channels, right? And I guess it makes sense for them to throw an event whose point was to bring together people in the community, and then to have that happen and basically tear that all that like their mission down and splitting the viewership to like now you're either on LTT side or Gamers Nexus side, etc. I'm pretty sure that was pretty disheartening. So yeah, kind of sucks. 5070 Ti dropped to 680 on Walmart. Okay, we gotta bring that up. 5070 Ti on Walmart. 680. There it is. And it is that PNY one. What was it last week? We were looking at it. Was it 700? But my goodness. What a price. Is it free shipping? It is free shipping too. And yes, Ant-Man, you're good. This is Lexi, by the way. The ASRock board that you were talking about was referring to was 4090 area. I agree with Sean on that one for a B450, even if it's a cheaper board. Because whatever you throw in there, it's likely not going to be like some high-end Ryzen chip, right? It's not going to be like a Ryzen 9 something. Those boards can handle without overclocking, even though it's overclockable being a B series board. If you don't overclock it running at stock and even maybe like running PBO, you should be fine with them. $49, it's there to connect your parts and let you run the primary component, being probably a Ryzen 5 you would pair with it. I don't remember if you said what CPU you're going to pair with it, and like, and a GPU and all that good stuff. You buy that not because of its capabilities, but because you need it to finish off a computer that is going to rely much more on the graphics card and CPU than it will the motherboard. Hi. I like to make her dance doing the monkey from Johnny Bravo. Do the monkey with me. Hey. You don't want to talk? You wake up from a nap, or you grumpy? Time's gonna fly faster for me. I'm gonna blink. Yeah, they're gonna be in school. Oh. I think those Walmart 50 series are actually sold by Newegg. Does it say NG Retail Shop? I don't know about this one. This one is because Newegg's based in California. This one, NG Retail Shop, is in the Bronx, New York. Also, wait, what? You would think with this deal, they would have... Wait, NG Retail, Next Gen Retail LLC. Huh. They have no reviews, though. Are they, like, brand new? So, anyone getting sketch vibes from this, or nah? And when I say sketch vibes, I don't think you're going to be scammed out of your money, because Walmart will refund you if these guys screw you over, most likely. But kind of weird for such a... This is a really good price on a 5070 Ti. There must be a new shop, like, to have 0 reviews. You bought your 5070 at $680? Why? Were they that much when they released? Like, after the prices went up? Yeah, Nathaniel, just Ryzen 5, you should be fine with that board. $45 or $49, pick it up. I get my 5070 Ti delivered tomorrow, and it was sold by Newegg through Walmart. Interesting. Yeah, so this one doesn't seem like it, but they might have. Let me see if they have other models. Yeah, that is the only. That is the cheapest model, it looks like. So 5070, 5070, 680, 709. What's up? You burping? Here's one for MSRP, and this one is sold by Newegg. Yeah, so there is Newegg one. The 680 one is starting to look a little sus. But I don't know. It might be real. Here's this PNY one's for 740, 10 under MSRP. This one's by Sugi LLC with no ratings. Interesting. So yeah. Did I hear that Jack Doherty is... He's kind of a jackass anyways, right? Jack Doherty, whatever his name is. Facing prison time. I don't know that much about him, but every stream clip I've seen of him, he seems like a jackass. So I think a lot of people are probably going to be happy about that. Can you share links where I can purchase secondhand GPUs? Need to upgrade my 1070. There's plenty of places, but not sponsored right now, though I have been sponsored by them in the past. And hopefully I might have some sponsorships with them before the end of the year. Jawa.gg, if you are in the United States, you can pick... Their shop, the official Jawa one, they have some pretty good deals on graphics cards. But you can also snipe sometimes from people who just like post random stuff. Like some of them, I'm going to say, aren't as good of deals. Like you should not be buying a 3070 for $330. So you might be able to talk that one down. But let me see if I can find any Drebler builds. This is Jason. So this one is a 16 gigabyte 9060 XT, going for more than MSRP. We were finding those for $350, right? So this is gonna be a hard sell for Jason. I think he's gonna have to take less because this is new open box, but still after tax and stuff like that, it comes out more than you would pay at Newegg. Computer headquarters. Oh my god, these guys have so many cards they have posted. Where is official Jawa? I will say the Jawa official has probably the best prices. Oh my god, computer headquarters. Look at this. All these are posted from computer headquarters. And the prices aren't the best. I will say though, I mean, unless you look locally on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, Jawa, the official Jawa store is pretty competitive with eBay prices. Like most recently added 7800 XT for 425, 7900 XT for 630. So you're trying to go up from a 1070, depending on how much you have to spend. But if you scroll through here, like 3060s for under 200, 3070 for 255 is closer to the value that they usually go for. B580 for pretty much MSRP 260, but this is the Founders Edition one. Pete Dunn is late to the party. Is that Mia? Nah, it's Lexi. It's Lexi. It is chubby cheek Lexi. She has a much rounder face and more bags under her eyes. But yeah, I would check out Jawa, cross-reference the prices to eBay, and then if you want to save on shipping and taxes, OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace local to your area. Yeah, 3060 Ti for $200. I'm pretty sure this is cheaper than eBay prices. Yeah, see, this is the tough thing. 4070 Ti Supers, that they go for this much, like on eBay on average. But we just saw you can get for $750 the 5070 Ti, which I forget where that falls in line with the Ti Super. Let's take a look. Tech power up. $50, $70. Oh yeah, so that's a good 15% more performance for the 5070 Ti versus the 4070 Ti Super. But the 40 series specifically, their prices are kind of whacked right now for just because it was a pretty short run of products, especially the Super variants. So yeah, Jawa GPU stocks is like for any of the ones that you do think is overpriced or it's like too much, you could always make an offer. You can make an offer, send a message, and be like, "Hey, this is what like a new 5070 Ti goes for. Can you lower the price and things like that?" And they'll be reasonable about it. And if cards don't move, you just have to kind of like watch and see. When cards don't move, they have to drop the price down. Like they can't just hold on to inventory forever. So Pete Dunn still has the 50 or 1080 Ti EVGA Black Edition for me. Hold on to that. Because like I said, well, first of all, what is your asking price of it right now shipped? But also hold on to that for me for now. Or no, you can sell it if you want, but I'm saying there will be a time where I will actually be interested and will buy it off of you if you can wait long enough. But I seen a YouTube video of someone buying a computer on Facebook and it had a gun in it. What is this video? Can you post it in the Discord server under stream submissions? I'm very curious. Also, is this someone planting a gun in a PC and saying it was in there just to get clicks and views? Someone leaving a gun in a PC. That's like, I mean, that would be a decent place to hide a gun, I guess, in terms of people not expecting it to be there. So it'd be hidden, even though that seems unsecure and unsafe if a child could get to it somehow. But I would not think to hide a gun in a PC is all I'm saying. And I would not think to look in a PC if I was looking for a gun in somebody's house. But yeah. The gun was DLM Tech. And no, it's not fake. Oh, so this must be a pretty popular video though, then, if multiple people know about it. Hi, love. How you doing? Getting fussy? Okay, we actually got to end the stream soon. It's already 7:40. How has it been that long? DLM Tech. Gun. That's all I'm going to search. This is earlier this year. DLM Tech Garage. What happened to the PC with a gun in it? A new customer lead to cops seizing this PC. Oh, yep, there is the gun. You can't really see it that well. It looks. Oh, you gotta pull it out. I gotta watch this then. I'll watch this on my own time so I don't get a copyright strike. Huh. At least it doesn't have the magazine in it, and it's probably not loaded, I would assume, hopefully. Also, if I were to call it a clip, how many people in the chat would have raged at me if I called it a clip instead of a magazine? Did you hear my hesitation there? Because Many years of playing video games and not knowing proper gun terminology has trained many people to call them clips, right? But if you talk to a gun enthusiast, depending on who you talk to, they'll lose their minds if you don't call it a magazine. So I wanted to call it the correct thing in case we had gun enthusiasts in the chat. DLM Tech used to be a cop. Oh, interesting. I think I've seen DLM's. Okay, I've definitely seen his stuff around because he always like shoots in this like area, right? I did not know he was a cop though. I'm a gun guy, but I don't really care. Reminds me of when I used to hide weed in my PC in high school. I don't think I've ever hidden anything in a PC. Because if my house got broken into, you usually hide valuable things, right? Or things you don't want people to find. If someone breaks into your house, they're going to want to take the valuable things, such as a PC. So I would not hide anything there. Girl, you are so chill. What's going on? You tired? Ready for a nap? Or are you ready to get fed? In decline, yes. We did roast your... I did roast your... I didn't roast your PC too much. I just mentioned that you... Let me go back to it. That's not it. I just mentioned that you didn't take the best picture to roast because, like, the tempered glass. Bless you, love. The tempered glass kind of drowned out the lighting, and you didn't have the full PC in the shot, and you didn't take multiple photos. So I didn't roast your PC as much as I roasted your photo taking skills. And the only thing I roasted about your PC was the fact that you had so many of these ring light fans, like the ring LEDs, but then you didn't match them with your AIO, which has these type of fans. So, but that's not even really a roast. That was just like pointing out an inconsistency. So it was kind of hard to roast with the image provided. Imagine hiding gold bars and cash in a rig with a 5090. Yes, that'd be the worst decision ever. In terms of throwing all your valuables, all your eggs in one basket. I will watch some YouTube videos and up my... It's not Photoshop skills. It's just taking pictures, framing it better. I don't think you need Photoshop to improve the quality of the images. Maybe slightly better lighting and then better framing, including the whole build in it, and taking multiple angles so everything is more clear to see. But alright, I think it's dinner time. 2 hours and 43 minutes without backup tonight. It was just me and Melissa, and the girls were somewhat reasonable. They were going crazy earlier, but now they're chill. So, yeah, the build that I'm working on should be out next weekend. So, if you haven't seen my latest video that I just released this past weekend, it was with the home server build. I got some comments tonight, but if you guys have any recommendations for things to do with my home server, feel free to drop it in the comments of that video. Much appreciated, and I will eventually try to do some new things with it. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to go back to just chilling, gonna have dinner, hang out with the family, and yeah, I will see you guys all next week or in the Discord server because I've been popping in there more recently. But yeah, other than that, I will see you all next week. Same time, same day as always. So everyone, have a good night. Say bye-bye, Lexi. Bye-bye. All right. Take it easy, everyone.